Chris, this is Dennis. I'm going to review your lesson here briefly. Thing we got to do is, we got to do two things really. We've got to get you back on the inside, and we've got to get you a little bit flatter. Not with your takeaway, but flatter coming when you start down into the ball. Okay? So your move is fairly typical. It's really common in a lot of club golfers. It gets flat, inside, and flat like that. Then you lift it, and then it comes over the top, and now it's at a completely different incline. Do you see it? So if I had this club a little longer, show you what I mean about this. This is a good look at it, because this is the one you could get a lot out of. Because I think a lot of times people think if I just get more inside coming down, I'll be all right. But the problem is that it's not just inside. It has to be flattened out a little bit too, because that's at 44. And right now we're looking at, 70 degrees. So you've got maybe 20, 25 degrees steeper than where you started, where the object is to get back to this line, as soon as possible. So I'm going to try to do two things for you this year. I'm going to try to get it more inside on the way down. Inside is just a direction, right? But I'm also going to try to get it flatter. That's why I want you thinking that you're pitching sidearm, like you're skipping a stone, across a pond, like a horizontal dimension to it as opposed to a vertical one. Because when you start down like that, now you're forced to hang back on this foot. So you see how the two of them are tied together? If you brought this club down like straight through, you'd crash right into the ground. So what you do is you hang back on the right side a little bit and send the hands way out from the body to try to get it back. Now, although you've got it back into a position where you can hit from, you had to adjust it to get there. You follow? I hope you follow that. See, so there is your impact, right? This will give you a better look at it. There is your address, standing at the ball ready to hit, and there is your impact. So there's a couple things about that you've got to notice. You're going from 40 to say 60, maybe 55, 60. The other thing to notice is this. You're coming back and away. That's the adjustment you're trying to make from starting down too steep with the club. You're flat-footed. The hands are much higher. And above all, here's where you get the shanks and the tops and the skulls sometimes. You start at a pretty good distance here from your body, but then when you come down, look at it. Look how far this is from your body over here. So we've got to get you back closer to your original position. You know what I'm saying? And that can be done by getting on the inside and flatter. I want to work this year with you a few times on getting you more sidearm into the ball. Because there's a lot of sidearm in golf, right? If you think about a pitch, right, in baseball, when you hit it with the bat pretty horizontal to the ground, parallel to the ground, right? Well, the similarity in golf is the ball's over here and you're over here. So you still have to have that roundness to it. You can't just have up and down. And yours, like many club golfers, has too much up and downness in it. So I guess the point of this is I want you to see that we turn the shoulders in the backswing and get out of there. And we're going to drop the hands down. That's first. Okay, so that's more inside, right? But we've got to get the club to come down much lower. You've got to get your hands down much lower. Let me show you what I mean. down in here. I was hitting an iron, but I just want you to see where the hands are and where your hands are. Yeah? Just above his thigh, knee, and you're up there by the pocket. So you're going to top if you do that. There's no doubt. You raise the handle that much and you pull your body up and away, you are going to top it. But the big thing that we learned today was that if we can get you down from the inside, that's the step number one. Because what we have to avoid for you is that old, familiar outside move. Here it is here. This is when we started. You did much better, by the way, by the end of the 40 minutes or whatever it was. So you complete your turn. Get your hands back there as far as you can. Now we lose flexibility as we age, but you just have to realize that that's part of the deal, but you don't have to do that at any age. And that's not just you, that's 8 out of 10 people that I teach. So I'm going to give you a look at how he does it. And this is one example, but you'd see pretty much every good player, anybody playing for a living is doing that. The club is flattening and it's coming from the inside. So if I draw an extension of it, he's got a Y on that side and you've got a Y on the other side. So A is get inside. You've got to drop your hands in your back pocket when you start. B is get the club a little flatter. I think what we practice, I know over there at Fiddlers you probably don't have any of this, but just in case, practice with the ball above your feet up here a little bit. Hit some of those, and then finally we get you off that back foot as you started to do toward the end there. Like that. But in other words, it'd be a band-aid to just fix one without the other. People think if I get my swing on the inside, I won't slice. That's not true. It just can't be this vertical. It's got to be down here through the, through the bicep at least at this point, and the hands have to stay in. But here's where you want to start working on the turn through. See, you can get there. It's not a matter of like anything in your body not allowing you to do it. It's just a bad habit. Because if you can get there now, you could have got there a little bit earlier. But we've got to work on that. We've got to work on that transition. The transition means from when you get to the top to when the transition down to the beginning. Let me see what I'm showing you here.
Now you got to practice one swing.
Like that. See, I'm trying to show you where the hands come in low and you get through it with your body. And they're associated. If the hands don't come in, the plane doesn't come in a little flatter, and the swing doesn't come down from the inside, it's going to be hard to get through it. Because you're always going to try to be adjusting there.
That's why you don't do it too soon.
That was just me throwing out another ball. See those toe hits there, Chris? That's from too steep. if this club, and again, back to impact, this is with an iron, I showed you with the driver, but just see how the habit kind of runs through here. There's where we got to get back to, bud. Like this, and like that. That's why you're hitting the toe. So you could see you're pulling up and away, but really I think the fact that even if you kept your head down and stayed down, you still can't raise the club handle up this much, right? So that was, but you did good today, and that's the work that we've got to continue, keep doing, all right? More inside, drop the arms, feel like it's swinging sidearm, and eventually we'll get you through it a little bit better. Good to see you again.